God damn it, set food. Can I see the extra? Right. What's going on with you? Got this game circled. Got this game circled.
Big time stakes as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only you find a way to win. Welcome to the
losing in the playoffs.
Ohio State Buckeyes. Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff.
Yeah, I was 9-4. I had 4 losses and still.
From the playoff a year ago, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
But it's still good. There's a lot of usage.
Here and moved by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Seminoles will kick it away to start us off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Off the play fake on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
And he's knocked down.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a nice job by the quarterback there. Of course, he's right-handed, but there he is scrambling and rolling to his left. It's not easy to be accurate when you're doing it, but he's able to put that right on target for the completion.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
Takes it on the return.
Oh,
He'll be brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what that one's about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. To the air on first down. Firing to the right, complete. Turning it on. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
that's not fair.
Intercepted, number 19. Bringing it back.
I ain't had to force
And
that.
a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
A bit.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job on the DB, securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Buys a little extra time. Wide open downfield. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things, like a wide receiver. But when you look at Ohio State, the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you could pick so many big names of guys who have been superstars, not only at the college level, but also at the NFL level.
He's loose.
Fuck out of here.
Slippery slide.
Good luck.
Finding his way and ran away from the crowd.
Good luck. Okay, good.
Touchdown, Buckeyes.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short gain.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. And
He was coming across that middle border. Or not the nigga you was chasing.
When you can do this, when you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. Makes a move. Touchdown, Ohio State. Special teams proving to be special. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in the elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on those. So quick, so elusive. That's such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
And he's going to bring this one out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13.
We got to score right here.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
How you get this
It's
box?
just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. On 3rd and long. He has to throw for it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely no.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Fires to the middle. Makes the catch. It's Smith. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Throws for the end zone. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Got enough for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with Warrick Dunn, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen. And offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
Out.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Lost one deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, this defense was ready for go so against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. And if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. And the Noles are moving quickly down the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down.
He's still running if he get that on.
Trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, I know that guy.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gonna look downfield again. Makes the grab. Open space at the 25. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. And the Seminoles want to crank the tempo. Handoff from the gun. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Got his man on the right. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Florida State. The AT unit on the field.
And I tell you what, this part of the field, once you start getting in the red zone and the field shrinks, you got more big bodies on the field. The running threat is real. Tight ends come on the field, and what happens? Run a little play action off of it, get it to the big fella. Nice plucking it out of the sky, getting the touchdown.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. looking for a gap. It's Jackson. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
Fires to the wideout.
I don't know why I stopped running with him.
They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup. And
I'm about to get one of y'all.
And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Well, guys, Ohio
I'll
State
take that, 14-7.
Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Leaves it with the back. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
On the run, it's Peoples. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
The Buckeyes will come to the line to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
Pulls it in. It's Davis. Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives him some breathing room.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Just keep slinging it. Fires left. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. They'll try the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down.
And keep balling like that.
An incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces the 4th down. The Seminoles will punt this one away. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and pass. It's a ball on the play. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 23rd.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. And those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
He slides that just inside the right upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
Winning the turnover battle is so important, and you got to make these turnovers convert into points. They get the fumble recovery. Yeah, they didn't get a touchdown, but they're still able to get a field goal, put 3 points up.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field.
That's like, no, it's time.
Not what you're looking for when you have the breaks into the open. Pass the tap. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They scored fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take...
Just keeps moving. At the 45 on his way. Wide open spaces. The 10. Touchdown.
Right back at his ass.
He shed
Bless.
tackles like a snake getting rid of his skin.
Well, we see the home run on offense, but defensively, we've got to do a better job tackling. You've got to get hats to the football, and then you've got to bring the ball carrier down. Poor fundamentals, poor tackling help lead to that long touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them.
Holds it in down the sideline. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. This is one of the great atmospheres in the sport, but this crowd demands to be entertained, and they are entertained right now.
Yeah, and when you got playmakers that you can throw the ball to down the field like Ohio State does consistently every year, you always expect this. This fan base goes nuts because year after year they have elite playmakers.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Moving out of the pocket. Fires on the move. This time it's complete. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run.
Deep shot for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the...
Just steamrolling the defense. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone.
No, that was a line.
To make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They'll look to throw on third and goal. Gets it to him on the screen. Thought they had something set up there, but he'll be stopped just short, and it'll be fourth down.
Nice job by the defense there. They knew coming into this one, this running back was dangerous catching the football, so really good job getting him down on the ground, now setting up fourth and goal.
They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. It is perfect. Now up by 7 points here in the second.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Looking to fire. Has to let this one go off his back foot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball, placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
That's just a better job by the defender. He knew he was going to get challenged in this game. He knew these receivers had speed and they were going to test him. Nice job by that DB knocking it away.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. These corners backing off a bit. Here's the pressure. Under heat, he gets rid of it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Well, man, this quarterback is fast. You saw that on his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit. And it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires a ball. Now it's picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. This offense has it with really good field position. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
This defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Here's a heat. Working the middle. The chains will move, and they'll have first and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes second and 1. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
But how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a two-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. Under 30 seconds to go here in the half. Let's see how they play it on first and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Picks up the first down, still moving. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can stop the clock. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. From the 47-yard line on first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Davis. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The run from the shotgun. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on third down. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And that's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great way to go.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Great job by the running back here on that third down catch. There was no wasted movement. As soon as he got the ball in his hands, he turned around and he got upfield. That's what you got to do. You got to be decisive on these third down type plays to move the stats.
The Noles are on the move. Wants to throw it. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his second PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
Finds a little space.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
Can't get him to the ground. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. The Seminoles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play. They just couldn't get it done.
Pressure coming. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that third down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spree a guy free. The pursuit, wow, so good defensively.
And this one splits the uprights. Now the lead is down to 11. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo back.
Yeah, and you always have the
Oh
adjustments,
my
and then
goodness.
they're adjust, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they liked.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been
Can't catch
expecting
one.
man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
This time he's got his man.
You catching everything.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Buckeyes are in the hurry up. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make it.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Yeah, just playing the field position game. Nice job angling it toward the sideline so it doesn't go into the end zone. That thing rolls down inside the 10. Really nice punt. Yes, I said something positive about punt.
Under fire. Rolls it in. They finally get him on the ground, and he's got an explosive play for the first down. And you know the line they kick around at Ohio State. Woody Hayes, forward pass, 2 of the 3 things that can happen are bad. Woody had dudes like this, he'd be spinning that magic bean all over this place.
You ain't lying. My how times have changed. Now it is pass, pass, pass. Find explosive playmakers like this on the outside. Get them the football.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Now on the counter. This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and they're probably saying, finally.
Hey, don't you hate when you do that?
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Sayin. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. I know you want to go to this guy because he's made so many plays for you, but when he's doubled, surely somebody else has a much easier play to make.
And it might not be the stud that he is, right? Like, I might not find another guy that's a baller like him, that's a playmaker, but now I got one-on-one matchups elsewhere that I got to go take advantage of. If they're going to double cover him, I'm going to
Hey, dog. I don't know what's going on.
The Buckeyes will line
We got keep up.
From the gun, running back gets to give. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Quick release by the QB. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2 possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you got that lead. They know you're going to run it. but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
The Buckeyes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. From the gun, the ground game. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You want to bring in your tight ends? You want to bring in more beef for that offensive line? I'm going to bring in more beef. Nice job by the defense understanding the situation. Red zone, field shrinks. I need more.
There he goes. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Third and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Ohio State.
And the Buckeyes will go for it on fourth down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Under fire. Had to throw it before he wanted.
They gave me one right there.
The connection, and 3 quarters are in the books as we head to the fourth. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws another interception.
Yes, I ain't lead him right far enough. Good D.
He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
That's reeled in. It's Peoples. Turning it on. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Makes the catch. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it first and goal. This offense is
Hey, what overall is your team?
set of downs. They'll run it on first and goal. Down Buckeyes.
Okay.
And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. He stopped
I mean, Florida State tough. They overall just AD and like an 82.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offense.
But I feel like I can play with anybody. App State, I can win with them niggas.
But the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
Yeah, this game over with us. This game is over. We're going to keep fighting, though.
And the Noles in the hurry up.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the 4th quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me.
It's like they can't catch the cold.
Let that clock tick because I am up and that clock is running out.
So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw at St. Clair. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And as he throws, he's got it.
Still through it and caught it.
No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
They've been fun to watch today, man. Like they're staying aggressive.
I was y'all ready for it. I just said he let me get my hands
You
up.
can just tell the
You came down though. You
confidence
came down.
They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business, and this is an offense that I think is going to continue to grow.
Starting to feel a little pressure. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Buckeyes send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Oh, this is a bad, bad shank. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback, and I got to be honest, guys.
Quarterback guy, he rattled out there. So he cold though.
Rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And it's just been frustrating.
My 2-star receivers hurt though.
This guy QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense, to stay ahead of schedule.
They hurt. My 2-star receivers hurt. I think when he be simming the games, you know, they don't have the injuries off. So.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. The Buckeyes guys roll that offense back out there. Throws toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Got some movement to the goal line. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the stomping has come.
This nigga name really Bo Jackson,
The
yeah.
mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. He'll try to tack on one more. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole. And a crack, that was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And the Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Brings into the open. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, you got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Unloads to the right. A strike downfield. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
Scanning the field, it's Glenn. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target, accurate throw, and 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. Makes the grab on the left. He's not going to make it. They stop him at the 1, and the 2-pointer is no good. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll send the back in motion. They'll start this drive going to the air. They get to him as he throws.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Oh, better look out. Oh, he's got some space. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Get it out to the supersonic guy. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there, but we're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up fourth down.
On the direct snap, it's Peoples. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the beatdown has ensued. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their sixth straight win. That one might have put the finishing touches on this game.
This one is over. Game, set, match. The defense had a chance to maybe kind of keep their team in it, but the offense said, take it to the locker room.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he's not going to take the touchback. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll leave it with him. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front. As a result, they lose yardage.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quick strike complete. Slips one guy, now he's loose. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the...
There he goes! And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown and a little window dressing here at the end of the game.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And the point after is good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. They'll give it to the back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, good game, man.
I tell you what, it's
21%
really nice
loss.
at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game. You can
Yeah, now I think this was my last season, man.
really make that defense have a little bit
I don't.
of
I keep playing. I take my
They
82,
weren't able
bro.
to get
Everybody in
that
my
one off. It'll be a
was got
delay of
90
game.
teams, 92, 3. I'm gonna go ahead. This last
So
joint,
frustrating to
last
see an
season.
offense lose track of the play clock and pick
I
up
mean, I
a penalty
recruited
like
kind of
that.
good.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. The give to the back. And this one will be
Good
stopped
game,
for no
man.
gain.